We have huge breaking news from the Winnipeg Jets organization. Mark Scheifele and Connor Hellebuyck are not going anywhere. They've signed huge extensions. We'll discuss the details coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some breaking news. I dare say some unexpected breaking news from the Winnipeg Jets organization. It's going to be welcome news for Jets fans, especially if you're a fan of Connor Hellebuyck or Mark Scheifele, and obviously being two of the team's most important players. This should come as welcome news. They've both agreed to identical matching contract extensions, both 7 years with an average annual value of $8.5 million. Now, coming into this offseason and as we start this season, there was a lot of uncertainty about the future of both of these players. As last season unfolded, there was a lot of uncertainty about between them and obviously former captain Blake Wheeler, who wanted to stay, who wanted to go. Pierre-Luc Dubois was another one to watch. Wheeler and Dubois go. Scheifele and Hellebuyck stay. We know that there was some, I think, trade talk around Hellebuyck just to explore the market. I don't think the Jets really ever wanted to trade him, but when you're uncertain that he wants to stay and re-sign, you have to at least do some due diligence. A lot of talk that he was looking for a contract comparable to Vasilevsky. This gets him close, but not quite all the way there. But yeah, this is absolutely huge news. I mean, Mark Scheifele and Connor Hellebuyck are both the same age. They're both 30 years old. So there's a really good chance at this point that they're both lifelong Winnipeg Jets for their entire careers, both drafted there. Mark Scheifele was the very first draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets upon their return to the city of Winnipeg after moving from Atlanta. So, you know, there's obviously a sentimental connection there, but he's been a very good, very effective player for them, putting up over 40 goals last year. The center position is very difficult, especially top six centermen. Like, you almost have to, there's the odd occasion, but you almost always have to draft and develop these guys. It's not easy. They were hoping to have Scheifele and Dubois down the middle for years to come. That never worked out with Dubois not wanting to stay. They have another guy who's potentially going to be that guy, maybe Cole Perfetti, longer term. If he works out to be that number 2 center, we'll see. They have some other guys in the prospect pool that's, looks good. And obviously this team, with or without Scheifele and Hellebuyck, is absolutely very different. And Connor Hellebuyck has been consistently one of the top 4 or 5 goalies in the league. He could always have a chance to win. He's always giving you great numbers, and this will certainly reward both of them riding things out in Winnipeg and hopefully being on a winning team. I think this year Winnipeg has a chance to at least get into playoffs for sure. I think they have some building to do, but obviously the uncertainty is no more. There's a lot of teams that have uncertain players. I know Winnipeg and Calgary were two of the more fascinating teams to watch in the offseason. The Flames didn't do as much as they were expected to either. They got Backlund re-signed, and now all eyes point to Elias Lindholm. I know I've seen lots of articles out today, too, talking where rosters were finalized about the Boston Bruins looking for a centerman, and that they'd be watching Scheifele and Lindholm all season and totally, if they're not signed, thinking, well, what can we do to get them on our team? Well, there's one more off the market for Boston. So Winnipeg will keep 2 of its core players, likely make them lifelong Winnipeg Jets. And the rest is history, as they say. We'll hopefully see how these things work out. I think long-term, these contracts are reasonable. I mean, for Scheifele being a centerman, top 6, 60, 70, 80 points, 30, 40 goals consistently, and Hellebuyck being one of the top 5 goalies in the league, I think I can live with these kind of contracts and say they're reasonably fair, especially where they'll kick in next year when the cap is finally starting to increase. So let me know your thoughts on this huge news for the Winnipeg Jets. Are these contracts fair? Did they do the right thing? Obviously, I think it's fair to say these guys certainly had discussions together where they got matching contracts, worked it out. I mean, we knew that some of these guys in Winnipeg, it was going to be a case if they're going to stay that they want to know the plan, they want to know the future, and obviously it involves their teammates. So not shocking to see this. We haven't seen matching contracts and teammates, I don't think since Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane way back when. Those deals are just finished and expiring last year. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.